ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
Donations are pouring in for the homeless at the scene of today's deadly crash. People are bringing water, masks, food, and other needed items to people still shell-shocked by what happened. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. 3 people were killed and 6 others were hurt when a suspected drunk driver plowed into the homeless people living in the tunnel right next to City College downtown. It's located in the 1500 block of B Street. And we have team coverage on this story, beginning with our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner at the scene of this horrific crash.
A horrendous mass casualty crash downtown by the San Diego City College on this rainy Monday morning. Several victims were being treated onto gurneys. One victim with a leg injury clearly in shock.
Not only is this a very emotional call for all of the first responders and police officers there to arrive, but a very chaotic one. According to San Diego police, the driver, identified as 71-year-old Craig Voss, reportedly ran his car up onto the sidewalk, striking several people who were there with tents and other belongings. The Volvo was still on scene with extensive front-end damage. SDPD says Voss stopped to help the victims, but 3 people were pronounced dead on scene. Another 5 were transported to area hospitals, 2 of them in critical condition. At Monday afternoon's press conference, Police Chief David Nislight told reporters that Voss is suspected of DUI and is in custody. He is a resident of the city of San Diego, and he is under arrest for 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter, 5 counts of causing great bodily injury while committing a felony, and 1 count of felony DUI.
And the roadway behind us reopened tonight after it was closed for 8 hours while crews worked to clear all of the debris. A full criminal investigation is now underway. Reporting from downtown, Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
And there is a vigil growing right now at the crash scene. People are coming up and lighting candles and writing messages of support on the wall with chalk.
We continue our team coverage with ABC 10 News reporter Leah Pizzetti at UC San Diego Health in Hillcrest. She has more on the victims and survivors of the crash.
Homeless advocates say the tunnel where that crash happened is a place where people go to take shelter, especially on rainy days like today. Now, some of those victims were brought here to UC San Diego Health in Hillcrest. Those advocates say it's these people injured and those 3 lives lost that show change needs to happen. This man says he was walking through the tunnel when a car drove onto the sidewalk and started hitting people.
It was a nightmare, like a really quick nightmare.
Williams says he knows a few of the people hurt. In total, 4 people were taken to San Diego hospitals, including 2 to UC San Diego Health in Hillcrest and 1 to Scripps Mercy San Diego.
I was just more concerned with really people than I was with what had already happened.
Homeless advocate Michael McConnell says he arrived after the crash and started talking to survivors, people he meets with regularly. One older man told Michael it happened fast.
It just happened so quick. It just happened so quick, and he was just very distraught, as we all are.
McConnell wants to remind the community to have respect for those killed and not dismiss them just because they were living on the streets.
They're somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's friend, somebody's daughter, son, grandfather, grandmother, mother, and daughter, just like all of us are. We all bleed red.
He's encouraging leaders to take more active steps in helping get people off the streets so this doesn't happen again, and encouraging the community to do their part as well.
But if you know or see people out here, even a smile or just asking folks if they need anything would help and go a long way. We can all be part of this.
Leah Pizzetti, ABC 10 News.
Mayor Todd Gloria acknowledged this is an example of the need to help the homeless community, and he said he would be prioritizing aid for those living on the streets. Stay on top of any new developments in this story by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
Now to coronavirus. The PETCO Park Vaccination Superstation is closing for good as of this Saturday. UC San Diego, which runs the site, says it hopes to get every San Diegan vaccinated waiting for that second dose their shot by the end of the week. Anyone who still has an appointment at the location will receive a message through MyChart. The health system is urging those who don't have their second dose appointment to schedule one. In the meantime, the Del Mar Superstation is closing Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week, again because of supply problems.
As of today, many more San Diegans are eligible to get the coronavirus vaccine. Today, the state expanded eligibility to people with certain health conditions, including cancer and type 2 diabetes. About 4.4 million Californians qualify. San Diego is allowing even more. It would include people with moderate asthma, hypertension, or are overweight with a BMI more than 25. The site manager at the South Bay Vaccine Superstation tells us that you do not need a doctor's note.
We are asking folks to verbally attest that they have one of those high-risk comorbidities.
Also now eligible for the vaccine, public transit and airport workers and those who work in high-risk settings such as jails and homeless shelters.
The county reported a very encouraging 178 new cases today and a test positivity rate of 2%. There are no reported deaths, which is typical for a Monday. That number stands at 3,400. San Diego County is expected to move into the red tier tomorrow. That means come Wednesday, businesses can start bringing people back inside. Our ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty explains why gyms and restaurant owners say it comes not a moment too soon.
We're so fortunate to have the support of San Diegans.
Jeff PITROFF's Harbor Island restaurants ready for indoor dining this week. This video taken pre-COVID. For the last year, restaurants have been allowed to operate in limited ways and have reopened only to be forced to close multiple times. According to the California Restaurant Association, 110,000 restaurants, or 1 in 6, closed. Under the new red tier, gyms will also be able to bring back people at 10% capacity. CrossFit Unsung says it was lucky to operate in its parking lot when other gyms were forced to close. Owner Gary Pennell looking forward to moving inside.
Definite welcome change after the last year kind of being back and forth and having to be really creative with how we programmed our workouts.
Also in Poway, here at Project Nourish, the owners opened last July during the pandemic. They resorted to social media and deliveries to stay afloat.
When you're kind of pushed against the wall, like you just do whatever you can to make it happen.
At first, we're like, dang, when is this going to be over? Because we still got to pay our bills.
The two say under the red tier, they're looking forward to finally growing their business. They've been working 7 days a week to pay the bills.
I'm excited just for more expansion and, like you said, just more awareness of people knowing who we are. They're coming out now. They actually can come in. So just more traction.
But the road to recovery will be long. Nationwide, restaurants and food service sales were down $240 billion for 2020. The Cohen Restaurant Group in San Diego says not all of its 26 restaurants survived, but they look forward to a comeback.
And we're just looking forward to, new horizons, what's coming up in the future.
Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
All right, here's what happens under this red tier. Restaurants can open at 25% or 100 people, whichever is fewer. Stadiums and live events can open at 20% capacity, which would allow fans for the Padres opening day next month.
The rain is moving out of San Diego County, but not before causing all sorts of problems on our roads and elsewhere. ABC 10 News reporter Nate Holmes has a look at the issues it caused today.
A beautiful yet cloudy sunrise Monday morning. This is a look from one of our 10 News weather watchers in Ocean Beach. But just a few hours later, the clouds grew darker, bringing in the wet weather. A saturated camera gives us a look at Pacific Beach. A similar look in Del Mar as the waves hit our coastline. Showers poured down in Carmel Valley, the rain dumping on this backyard patio. In the downtown area, restaurants had to take a rain check on outdoor dining. Tables and chairs saturated from the wet weather. But it wasn't always a peaceful sight. The rain likely the cause of multiple crashes around the county. On Interstate 5 North, just north of Claremont Drive, a 3-car crash. Luckily, no one was hurt. A different story on I-5 North at Old Town. A female driver receiving minor injuries after crashing into the center divide. The impact sending the car across the northbound lanes, rolling down an embankment. Employees from a restaurant nearby ran to help the woman out of the car. Caltrans sending out this message to drivers in Mission Valley, reminding them if their wipers are on, the lights should be on too. Nate Holmes, ABC 10 News.
Meteorologist Angelica Campos is joining us now with a look at what's left of the storm. Angelica.
Hi, Kim. Even though it may seem like it is a lot drier in San Diego, we still have some leftover showers and even snow in our mountains. But the wind definitely is going to be the biggest concern, potentially becoming damaging in our mountains and deserts, where the winds have been ranging from 30 to over 50 miles per hour. We've had reports of winds as high as 69 miles per hour. So yes, we're going to be monitoring those winds. You can already see the changeover happening in our mountains from Palomar Mountain all the way down to Mount Laguna. As we switch it over to our pinpoint Doppler live, you can see a few spotty showers in Escondido, Palma Valley, and also some snow in Julian and Mount Laguna. We're going to be tracking snow accumulations, potentially of up to 4 inches tonight. It should get much better tomorrow, but we'll be seeing the impacts of this storm overnight.